This is The Real Hustle New Recruits. The Hustlers are back, and this time they've brought in 2 new faces to help them with their scams. New recruits Polly and Jazz. Join original hustlers Paul, Jess and Alex. Working together as a team, they'll carry out scams that are more cunning and devious than ever before. On tonight's show, somebody isn't happy. Alex surprises himself.
It does work.
And Colin Murray gives this guy the game of his life.
I can't be that unlucky.
The marks in this show have no idea they're being hustled. They agreed the footage could be shown so that you can avoid falling for the same scams. The Hustlers have invited celebrity friends to help them with their scams. They'll be thrown in at the deep end. No training and no practice, just straight in. Today's celebrity guest hustler is an award-winning radio and TV presenter and keen poker player, Colin Murray.
No idea what's coming my way, but I know it's going to be deliciously deceptive, a license to cheat. I don't think there's anyone who's ever been born in Ireland that didn't have a little modicum of hustle in them.
Colin's full of confidence, but he hasn't been briefed on the scam yet. All he's been told is to wait on a park bench and await further instructions. Here comes a young lady to fill him in.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Colin. I'm
Yes.
Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
Nice to meet you.
Good.
Excited?
Very.
Nervous?
I'd say buzzing.
Excellent. How was your poker face?
Oh, brilliant.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to do. You're going to be the journalist of a poker magazine.
Okay.
And your job today is to rope in Mark and persuade them to join you in a poker game. This game is theirs, and to really dig deep in their pockets and play as much as they can. You up for it?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
You ready? Come on then.
Colin's a keen poker player and will be right in his element. But he's never played a card game like the one he will today, in The Cross. Alex has arranged to meet some poker players at a trendy bar, inviting them to play in a private game he's organised for later this evening. Paul is playing the role of another player invited to the game and takes a seat inside, whilst Alex keeps an eye out for the mark. And here he is, right on time.
Hello, how you doing? You all right? One of the guys is here.
Alex brings the mark and his mate in to meet Paul, then leaves them alone to get to know each other.
How are you, Nick? Sorting stuff downstairs, the table and everything. We should be ready to go soon. No worries.
All right, okay. Where'd you boys play? In the Vic, yeah? Yeah, that's why you play, yeah. Haven't been there in ages. Oh, yeah. You know the poker magazine guy's coming tonight. You know about this guy? There's a guy coming from a new poker magazine who's doing an article on, I guess, private games, stuff like that. It's a new magazine. It's called Poker something. I can't remember what. I mean, it's brand new. Literally brand new.
Paul is being a little vague, almost as if he's making it up on the spot.
So when you play, do you play any side games or any side bets or anything like that when you're... Right. Would you play Kaluki or backgammon or anything like that?
I just love games.
Really?
Especially when they're profitable games at the end of the day.
That's music to Paul's ears.
This guy that's coming in, we're actually going to do an article about that kind of thing, about games you can win. I'm going to show him Nim before we play tonight. You ever heard of Nim? You can do it with straws, you can do it with matchsticks. Doesn't matter, but you can only take 1, 2, or 3. And whoever's left with the last one is the loser.
For the first part of the scam, Paul needs to persuade the mark to do him a favour. He wants to play a trick on the poker journalist that's about to arrive by challenging him to a game he's guaranteed to lose.
The thing is that if you know the secret, you can always win. If I have him bet with you, would you bet against him?
What, knowing that
I'm going to win. So in other words, I'm playing for you.
if you're guaranteeing it, yeah.
All right. I need you to sneak a bottle cap onto the table when he's not looking. You'll get the idea. When he comes in, it's just easier if someone else does it.
The Mark agrees to help Paul play a trick on the journalist. And here he is. It's Colin.
You Rob?
I'm Rob.
Oh, sorry. Nice to see you.
Colin?
Yeah. Nick, how you doing?
Alex, who's posing as a member of staff for the bar, brings a box full of bottle caps for their game of Nim.
That's fine, whatever. Yeah. I brought this thing to show you. All you have to do is take 1, 2, or 3 caps.
Aye.
Whoever ends up with the last cap is the loser.
Aye.
All right? So here's the idea. I'll play against you, but you can bet against one of these guys.
I'll bet with you.
All right.
Okay.
It's a simple game. Each player takes a turn removing 1, 2, or 3 caps. The player to take the last cap loses. And sure enough, Paul wins.
I believe that's yours.
Okay.
So that means you owe him a tenner.
Right, okay.
The exact number of caps mean Paul will always be able to leave one behind, if Colin goes first.
You go first.
I go first.
Aye, Darwin. Aye.
But this time, Paul goes first. Now he'll lose unless the Mark adds that extra bottle top.
And I can take from any... Pick your jacket up, though.
Colin pretends to be distracted, giving the Mark the perfect opportunity.
I'll take from over here. Okay, first one.
And Colin loses again. Paul comes clean about the little scam.
When you were looking away,
Oh, you dirty dog.
he snuck in an extra one. Right? When he puts an extra one in, I just take that one away.
Brilliant.
So you're still going first.
That's brilliant.
This whole scenario has been carefully crafted to suck the Mark in. He's demonstrated he's willing to play a prank by cheating. And he's been rewarded by making money on the bets. Colin's now going to ask him to cheat in a slightly bigger way.
This is an interesting one because the article after the game is meant to be written from the point of view of how the game could have been cheated. Yeah, we're doing a whole issue on like what you need to watch out for when you're playing.
Cheating it as in you've got cards up your sleeve, like.
Yeah, stuff like that, you know, I mean, cheating, you know, dealing off the bottom. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, I have a proposition for you, right? Let's cheat the game properly, and I'll cover the boys who lose.
What do you mean, you?
So, right, if I could actually interview people who were in on cheating the people out of money, but I guarantee the people who lose money, I give them all their money back tomorrow, and you two keep what you win. I just think that's,
Yeah, but,
that's
you know,
awesome to be involved in, and you can be talking about being in on it.
So long as they get their money.
No, what do you mean to get their money back? To get the star in the new magazine. It's perfect.
So, the game will be rigged in the Mark's favour for the article. He can keep the winnings, and Colin will reimburse the losers.
Who's going to win? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5?
Paul demonstrates how he can control the cards whenever it's his deal.
No need to draw.
That's hand 3, right? Okay. Holy
Should usually win.
It's one of those things that looks easy, and if I did, I hit you in the face with the cards when I tried it.
You
Yeah.
must have taken some practice.
It's easy to give you the ace if it never moves from the top. Yeah, look. It's easy to just keep dealing.
But will the Mark go for it?
Look,
Well, I'll give it a go, I suppose.
thing is, I'm only cheating when I'm dealing. Okay, I'm not going to cheat on anyone else's deal. That's important.
Yeah.
The hustlers lead the Mark downstairs to a private room for the game. This guy is already an experienced poker player, and with Paul's card manipulation guaranteeing him good hands, he's in for a great game. What could possibly go wrong?
I can't be that unlucky. I'll raise it.
No way.
Dude.
When hustlers go out, they don't bring money. They bring prop bets. The proposition bet only has one rule, and that's that the hustler always wins.
Okay, now I've got a bet for you guys, okay? I'm going to use a few things, okay? I'm going to use this shot glass, this peanut, so I'm going to put in the shot glass, and a 10-pence piece. Okay? This is the bet. You've got to get the peanut on top of the 10-pence piece, but you're not allowed to touch the 10-pence piece or the peanut. You can touch the shot glass, you can move that around, you can do whatever you want with it, but you can't turn it over, and both the 10p and the peanut has to stay in the shot glass. That's Rachel, you go first. That was very good. You did have me worried a little bit. I don't want to sound cheap, like I want to buy you drinks, but you know.
I'm going to try it again.
Okay, do you have a go? There we go. Yeah, that is a good idea, but I did say you can't turn it over. Okay.
Nah, I don't know.
No? All right, do you give up? Shall I show you?
Yeah.
For a round of drinks, to me, if I can get the peanut on top of the 10-pence piece without touching 10-pence or the peanut. I am going to use my straw. Ready? Okay. Here we go. It does work!
Easy when you know how. Alex blows down into the shot glass. This flips the coin over and makes the peanut jump on top. Job done.
I'll have a gin and tonic, please.
A CD of call centre sound effects. And a cold call to someone who's about to receive the offer of a lifetime.
Oh, hi there. My name's Susie. I'm calling from the Ultimate Gadgets magazine. How are you today? I'm fine, thanks. Good. Now, listen, I'm not trying to tell you anything.
Your name's been selected by our system to take part in a new feature we're running,
Giving ordinary people a chance to
try out all of our latest TVs, Blu-rays, iPads, PCs, any sort of...
technology that you can imagine.
If you're willing to take part, we can deliver a brand new state-of-the-art 3D
Television to your home, install it for you.
and then you can keep it if you want to. If you don't like the TV, then we'll return it and reinstall your old one.
So is this something that you'd be interested in doing? Yes. Fabulous.
A new TV for free? It's an offer too good to refuse.
We'll probably be able to deliver the TV to you sometime after 11:30. Is that okay with you?
Lovely, thank you.
You're welcome. Be with you soon.
Bye.
Buckle up. This is old for new. Later that morning, a delivery van turns up. It's got lots of authentic-looking branding, so it must be genuine. The mark is outside and gets a good look at the van and the delivery men.
How are you, mate? You all right?
How did you hear about me? Did my wife fill in something or...?
You know, we just get sent to where we get sent to.
Because I'm not wanting you to take my telly and ripping me off.
No.
Some people are just too suspicious.
You're going to get a nice brand new one. It's 3D, state-of-the-art, and also, if you don't like it, you get your old telly back and you've had a nice new telly to play with. It's a very good TV. Can we have a look at your one? Yep, thank you.
The workmen go inside to look at the mark's existing TV. It'll be swapped for the new one. They also place some hidden cameras to capture the action.
Just on a bracket here. Okay.
All right, let's just grab the other one.
Having scoped out the living room, Alex and Jazz head outside to the van to bring in their delivery. Here it is, a state-of-the-art 3D high-definition TV.
I wouldn't mind having a watch of one of these.
Before the new one can go up, the existing TV comes down. Though it doesn't do 3D, it's still an expensive high-end television.
Take care of her.
Oh, yeah,
This is my baby.
Is that your baby?
The Mark's TV goes in the back of the van.
Oh, get the duster out. Jen, get the duster out.
Ready? Yep.
Jazz goes back inside to ask the Mark how he'd like the new one to be installed.
Do you get glasses with it? Do you have to have glasses with it?
Yeah, glasses are in there and stuff.
Are they? Right.
Would you like it put up on the same Bracket.
If you can.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So, okay, the best thing is probably take it off of your telly and put it and just...
Yeah, and hook it back onto that one.
Is it possible just to move all this stuff out the way so we don't kick anything? All right.
That should keep the mark busy for a minute.
I'll move my very sharp sword that I can use.
Jazz isn't hanging about. He heads straight into the driver's cab, where Alex and Jess are already waiting with the engine running. And before the mark has a chance to react, Alex hits the accelerator, and they're off. Taking with them the mark's pride and joy. But this guy doesn't take it lying down. He's straight into his car to give chase. Fortunately, his samurai sword is still in the house, and the hustlers have too much of a head start. When the mark returns empty-handed, he isn't happy. Still, at least he's got a brand new TV boxed up in the house, doesn't he?
Oh, look. Books. Excellent, just full of stupid books. What a great con. What a great con. I'd fell hook, line and sinker. Something that's free is not a good offer. You know what I mean? There's something there.
If you're ever unsure about a company that you're dealing with, then look them up. Look on the internet, make some phone calls. If they don't check out, then keep them out of your home.
Earlier today, Colin Murray posed as a magazine journalist and asked this poker player to help him write an article about cheating at cards.
Look,
Well, I'll give it a go.
the thing is, I'm only cheating when I'm dealing. Okay, I'm not going to cheat on anyone else's deal. What are you going to do?
They've agreed that whenever Paul's dealing, he'll make sure the mark gets a winning hand.
It's so long as they get their money back.
No, what do you mean they get their money back? They get the star in the new magazine. They don't...
He can keep any money he wins, and Colin will reimburse any other players that lose during Paul's deal. In The Cross Part 2. Alex has arranged a private room in the basement for the game. He's even got a barmaid on standby to serve the drinks.
Susie, who'll be serving some drinks. I've done it right.
It's actually Jess. The mark meets the other players, whose money, with a little help from Paul, he plans to win. First, the players buy into the game. The mark gets out £1,000 in cash.
How much you got there?
The cards are in the air, and the game begins. Each player in turn acts as the dealer, shuffling the cards, handing the deck to his neighbour to cut, then dealing out the hands.
Oh yeah. Do that all night. Yeah. Keep showing.
The mark is playing the game as he normally would, but he's really waiting for Paul's turn to deal.
Jack 5, but every time I get it, I always go.
It's never over until the
30. They don't, yeah?
I think you'll meet me then.
Oh, no.
Finally, it's time.
You deserve none, my liege.
Paul carefully manipulates the cards during his shuffle, arranging them so that the mark will get a very strong hand. But it'll only work if Colin does his job properly. He has to cut the deck at exactly the same point Paul cut it. That way, they'll be back in the order Paul intended them to be in.
It's good, it's perfect.
Colin had just minutes to practice this move before the scam began.
Good. That's it.
This is Colin's big moment. Just one card out either way, and Paul will deal the wrong hand to the mark. The mark is unaware of the move, but knows things are going to plan when he sees the hand Paul's dealt him. A pair of kings. His job now is to get as many chips into the pot as possible and draw in his opponents with weaker cards.
Let's give the blind some value.
But everyone else folds. The mark only wins £3. Not exactly what he had in mind. The game continues, and it's another 20 minutes before it's Paul's turn to deal again. Once more, Paul shuffles, and Colin makes the rigged cut. This time, Paul deals the mark Ace King, another huge poker hand.
10. All right, so I'll make it 20. 50 is no good.
All right.
But once again, everyone folds.
Is that it?
Is that it?
Oh,
So good, man. All right, show and take.
This cheating thing is not as easy as it seems, and the mark is getting very frustrated.
Should we have a little 3-minute break? Is everyone all right with that?
That's fine. Let's have a break.
Yeah.
The game breaks for a few minutes, and the cheaters confer.
Listen, it's all well and good cheating, but if no one's playing.
Paul suggests a new tactic.
That's $1,000 of my money. You put in whatever you've got. Buy in more chips, so he's covered. And I'm going to hit him with a hand as well. It's called a double duke.
He'll not only give the mark a big hand, he'll make sure someone else at the table also has a big hand. And the mark should then bet as much money on that one hand as he possibly can.
So before we play, buy in for more chips. All right?
Paul gives him an additional 1,000, and the mark borrows £500 from his mate to make sure he wins as much as possible.
Yeah. Anybody wanting to top up or anything like that?
Yeah, I'll see buying.
How much?
1,500?
Another 15?
Yeah.
The mark buys in for the extra money.
Is this someone's coat?
Oh, that's mine. Sorry, I left it upstairs.
It's all right. Someone looks over
Was there a race? Did you get much out of it? Or?
Excuse me, look. Did I bring you down your drink?
You did, Jess.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
The game restarts, and it's the mark's deal. As luck would have it, he's dealt himself 2 aces. The best starting hand in poker. And that was without Paul's help.
All right.
Family pot, love it.
This time, he's getting some action from the other players.
Do that all night. Yeah. Keep showing.
The first shared cards come down in the middle of the table.
Yeah, that's good for someone.
There are the other 2 aces. The mark is now sitting with an almost unbeatable hand of 4 of a kind, and around £2,500 to play with.
Friendly, I'll just raise it.
50's the bet. Wow. Really?
Even though this isn't one of Paul's rigged hands, he's firing out the bets.
100.
Raise 100's the bet.
He can't believe his luck. Other players are also putting their chips in the middle. Opportunities like this don't come along very often.
Okay, that was 50.
150 more.
The call was 50. The full bet's now
200.
200. It's another call. 300 to bet, gentlemen.
What the hell?
No chance.
The final card goes down. The mark has one of the strongest possible hands in poker, and only one other hand can beat him. But it's so unlikely, he has no choice but to get all his chips in.
So I'll make it. You're all in. I'm all in. Yeah.
Paul and Colin look a little worried. This isn't the plan they agreed. The mark was only meant to bet big on Paul's deal, and he's betting not just with his money, but theirs too.
What?
Really?
What's going on? I've never seen anything like this.
All right.
Holy moly.
What's that?
There's now more than £8,000 on the table.
You went all the way onto the river.
The cards are turned over.
He had the king.
Oh, we had the flush.
I got the jacks. What have you got?
Sucked out on me.
The mark turns over his aces,
Oh, game over.
What have you got?
Oh, you
What have you got?
sucked out on me.
and then he sees the one hand he was dreading.
What have you got?
Another player turns over. A straight flush.
No way.
No.
Who's
He's got straight flush. He wins it. Oh my days.
It's a disaster. Not only has he lost his money, he's also managed to lose the money Paul gave him as well.
That's an expensive hand.
See that one coming, boys?
The rest is.
I'm gone, guys.
Jesus.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
The game breaks.
Well done. Well,
Dude. That's sick.
Well done.
Yeah.
The mark leaves with empty pockets. And he owes Paul another £1,000. Paul is left in silence.
It's unbelievable.
Colin tries to work out what just happened. He assumed he was going to take the mark's money, not some random stranger.
I've never, ever seen that online.
What the hell just happened? I thought
That cannot happen. I'm sorry, it can't happen.
I thought the guy was waiting on your cue.
Okay, here's the thing. In a normal game in someone's house, the odds of that are like 6 million to 1, or something like that. The odds of that happening with you two shysters at the table are more like evens.
What are you trying to say, Colin?
Sam?
And it was brilliant.
There he is. There's the boy.
Sure enough, here's the winning player. Not some random stranger, but working for the Hustlers all along.
It was just beautiful. It was beautiful. And I'm never playing poker again with people I don't know.
So how did the Mark lose all his money on his own deal?
That's not bad.
Thank you, mate.
During the game, Jess arranged a duplicate deck of cards into a pre-arranged order. She then slipped it into Alex's coat pocket. She hung the jacket over the back of Alex's chair whilst the game was in mid-flow.
Get much out of it, or?
And when the Mark had the maximum amount of chips in front of him, she waited until he'd shuffled the cards. Then asked him about his drinks order.
Excuse me, love. Did I bring you down your drink?
The tiny moment of distraction was all Alex needed to switch the shuffled deck for the rigged one.
Drink. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Anytime you like.
The Mark then passed out the cards, not knowing he was dealing himself a hand that no poker player would be able to pass. From this point on, he was guaranteed to lose every penny in his pocket.
He's got straight flush.
No way.
The hand, there was so many pairs in the hand. Everyone had a full house. I had quad aces and he got a straight flush, so I lost about £2.5 grand.
Yeah.
Adding it all up. That's just the way it goes sometimes. It's luck comes in many guises, as they say. So, and it weren't my lucky night. So.
It was wrong, but I can't help but admire the workmanship and the craftsmanship and the genius of what they pulled off at that table. I would never do it. Morally wrong, in all honesty. Like, I feel it is a moral game. He would have actually rang Rob tomorrow and given him another £1,000 on top of the scam. Unbelievable. It's an eye-opener. 20 quid's my max from here on in.
Sitting at a poker table with a couple of hustlers is a very bad place to find yourself. If they're touching the cards, it means someone is going to be losing all of their money, and it's almost certainly going to be you.
Poker's an increasingly popular game. Thousands of people enjoy playing. But if you want to protect yourself, make sure that you play with people you know, or you play in a properly regulated club.